Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about Jussie Smollett and the State Attorney General of Chicago, Kim Foxx. If this is not a level of hypocrisy, collusion, delusion, dysfunction, if this is not a perfect case of that, I don't know what it is. First and foremost, Jussie Smollett got off from being indicted from a grand jury 16 felonies. 16 felonies. He was caught red handed lying about a hate crime, creating a hoax. He paid two people to do it. They beat him up. He paid them the money. He was going to pay him more money, but they ended up getting intercepted by the police because you know what? The police had information. They got confessions. They got phone records. They had enough information to give to a grand jury to get him indicted. Now, typically, what happens is you have to have sufficient evidence beyond you got to beyond a reasonable doubt, but you have probable cause to believe, which means that a reasonable person will believe he committed these crimes with the evidence presented. You got to at least have that much information for a grand jury to even take it to prosecution. But you know what? Any other case, any other person, he would have saw his day in court. He probably would have been convicted and charged and sentenced to prison. But if you know somebody that knows somebody, you happen to be a celebrity actor, you can manipulate the judicial strings and get off for stuff that you should have went to jail for. So Kim Foxx, a person that's completely and unequivocally in bed with the Obamas, she decided upon herself to lie to the American people and say and put out a statement that she recused herself. The facts show that she never recused herself. She didn't officially recuse herself. So she was never recused at any point during this investigation. She attempted to reach out to law enforcement, to the superintendent of Chicago, to have this presented to the FBI instead of doing it locally. Now, I don't know how they're going to benefit from that because the FBI should come down on him a lot harder, but I think the chances of the FBI following through with such a high-profile case is very slim. So she fake recused herself, and she dropped the ball on many facets. Because first and foremost, if you recuse yourself, you don't just recuse yourself as an individual. You recuse your entire office. And we've seen the president do this when it comes to Jeff Sessions. Jeff Sessions' recusal didn't just recuse and then go to the second in charge of Jeff Sessions. They created a special counsel that is impartial from the administration, impartial from Jeff Sessions. The same thing should have happened here. You don't go to the second in charge of Kim Foxx. You have to remove that investigation from her office completely, but she didn't do that. Didn't recuse herself, didn't remove the investigation from her office completely, and it came up with and colluded and conspired with other people who were friendly, family member. One of the people was a family member of Jussie Smollett. A complete miscarriage of justice. And I'm really hoping that the FBI can intervene. The president of the United States has already made a statement that they're going to have the FBI look into this because this is a failure of justice on all ends. There are people out here that still think that Jussie Smollett shouldn't be prosecuted for this. That, it was just a slap on the wrist. It wasn't. This person literally tried to defraud our justice system. He literally tried to defraud the justice system and law enforcement, both federally and locally in Chicago. This is unacceptable. And another thing that the Attorney General failed to do, which if at any point you create an alternative means of prosecution, which means you let the person off and you give them a pass. Well, you don't let a person off, give them a pass, and still allow them to go out and say that they didn't do it. Now that opens the opportunity for them to try to go sue the city, because if you've let them off and they said they didn't do it, then the city has defrauded and defamed his character, which everybody in the world knows is not true. So if you're going to let the man off, give him a diversion or alternative prosecution, then you have to do that on the guise of him literally confessing or telling the truth about what he did, showing that he has sympathy, showing that there's a change of motive in the future. Instead, this fool is out seeking an apology from the city of Chicago, knowing that he did this. And I'm going to finish with this because I know some people are going to be naysayers. Let me tell you this. They found evidence on his cell phone of communication with these Nigerian brothers. His original statement was that he saw a white, like they were white. He saw them have a white face. These two dudes not only are black, dark black Nigerians, they more than likely have an accent of a Nigerian. They don't sound like white folks. I'm just being honest. They probably have a Nigerian accent. So the chances of you getting jumped by two people that look like your personal trainers that happen to be white and have a Nigerian accent are almost 0 to none. They have a check in the mail from him. It clearly was no personal training going on. They snitched on him from top to bottom. They told about the camera that was facing the wrong way. I mean, they go through a myriad of different things. They already found that he sent a fake postcard in the mail to himself. I mean, the dude is caught red-handed. And anybody who don't believe it, shame on you. Anyway, if you like this video, like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you can get notifications anytime I go live. If you want to support the channel, all of the support options are in the description section. Make sure you leave a comment. Let me know how you feel, man. Jussie Smollett is trash can. This was a miscarriage of justice. Let me know what you think. I'll see you guys later. Peace.